Look at the chart very carefully, because this image, this single image, exposes one of the most dangerous illusions in modern investing. This is not a chart of prices. This is not a chart of returns. This is a chart of risk-adjusted performance, the Sharpe Ratio. And basically, over the rolling 10-year window across 4 major asset classes: Bitcoin, the S&P 500, gold, and the US bonds. And basically what the Sharpe Ratio does is that it measures, are you getting paid for the risk? Right? Are you getting paid for the risk? It basically takes the return of your portfolio, it compares it to the index, and most importantly, it compares it to the risk, the standard deviation risk, and also the treasury rate, the risk-free rate. Okay? So what it reveals is uncomfortable. Because the story most investors tell themselves about diversification, right? Safety and long-term stability is no longer holding up. So the Sharpe Ratio answers one brutal question: how much return did you actually earn per unit of risk? So that's why it uses 3 components. It uses the return, of your asset. It uses the standard deviation, the risk, and it uses the risk-free rate, because quite frankly, maybe you don't need to take that much risk. So a higher Sharpe Ratio means smarter returns, meaning you're getting paid for the risk. And a lower Sharpe Ratio means you took risk without being paid. And over the last decade, that difference has been enormous. So let's talk about, first of all, about Bitcoin. So if you take a look at the Bitcoin line, and that's the blue line. The Bitcoin is a blue line, the red line is the S&P 500, and the yellow one is gold, and the black is basically US bonds. How are we doing? Well, let's take a look at the blue line to start with, right? What is this telling you? Well, essentially, the blue line is an interesting story, because it shows you that it shows you the following. It shows you that, I'm trying to get back into it. The Sharpe Ratio, basically, one brutal question: am I getting paid for the risk? So let's take a look at the Bitcoin, right? So early in this chart, the Bitcoin dominates everything, as you could see. Blue is on top. Early in this chart, you could see Sharpe Ratio north of 1.5, approaching 2.0. That is fantastic. That is extraordinary. That is generational performance. But notice what happened in 2021, right? As Bitcoin institutionalizes, as leverage floods in, as ETFs, derivatives, and macro traders arrive, the Sharpe Ratio is starting to collapse. Not because Bitcoin is failing, but because the free lunch ended. Bitcoin didn't lose relevance; it lost inefficiency. That is what happens when an asset graduates from fringe speculation to global macro instrument. It is losing inefficiency. You want an efficiency in an asset, right? You don't want anyone to pay attention to it. You want it to be mispriced, because that's how you make money. Bitcoin, take a look at small stocks, for example. They're totally mispriced. And most importantly, they are lost in efficiency. This is what happens when an asset graduates. And here's the key takeaway. Bitcoin is no longer a volatile arbitrage. It is now a macro asset competing for capital just like equities. Look at the red line, the S&P 500. On the surface, it looks calm, steady, respectable, but look closely. The Sharpe Ratio never truly recovers its post-COVID peak, as you could see. Despite the AI mania, despite multiple expansion. Now remember, when we talk about the S&P 500, we are actually talking about really the Magnificent Seven. Those AI stocks, risk-adjusted returns are mediocre. Why? Because volatility did not disappear. It was masked. There was buybacks. There was passive flows. There were concentration in a handful of mega caps. This market didn't become safer. It became narrower. When 7 stocks carry the index, the Sharpe ratio lies. All right, let's take a look at the other one. Let's take a look at the black line, right? The safe line, the US bonds. And that is where the story gets ugly. For decades, bonds were the risk-free anchor, the ballast, the hedge, right? But from 2020 onward, the Sharpe ratio collapses. Why? Because inflation destroyed the bond market's core promise. Capital preservation, rising yields didn't reward bondholders, they punished them. Duration risk became toxic, and here's a critical realization. Bonds no longer hedge equity risk when inflation is the driver. What about the old 60-40, remember? It broke quietly and permanently, because historically we used to say, hey, 60-40% portfolio, 60% stocks, 40% bonds, you should be fine, right? When the bonds go up, stock goes down, and you're more or less balanced. But in this case, everything went down at the same time. So how about gold? It was ignored, right? It was mocked, it was written off. And how is gold doing? Well, gold Sharpe ratio rises steadily. You are getting paid for the risk. There's no leverage, no hype, no narratives. Just one thing: monetary credibility erosion. Everybody's going into gold because they don't believe in the they don't believe in the currency. Gold does not care about GDP growth. Gold doesn't care about earning calls. Gold responds to trust breakdown. And when real estates are unstable, when debt explodes, when fiscal discipline evaporates, gold quietly becomes efficient again. Not spectacular, but reliable. Remember, and this is what this channel is about. And don't forget to give me some thumbs up here to make sure that you appreciate the work and you understand the work that I'm doing for you. Basically, what we're saying is that you need to get paid for the risk. And the only one that's really improving is gold. Well, silver too. Take a look at the video I did on silver, where JP Morgan is going a huge amount of possession in silver, commodities. Don't trust paper assets anymore. So now zoom out. What is the big people, most people, the big pattern that you guys are missing? Every asset class converges. Bitcoin falls, stocks stagnate, bonds decay, and gold stabilizes. This is not coincidence. This is what happens when liquidity cycles dominate fundamentals, meaning money is being put into the system all the time. Monetary policy overwhelms price discovery. Don't worry about the stock market. I am going to lower rates, so therefore the stock market is going to go up. I don't know if this is really working, because the 10-year yield, right, is still higher than the Fed fund rates, and that shouldn't be like this for long, because the treasury market does not believe the Fed anymore. The market is telling you something. There are no easy Sharpe ratios left. Every return now comes with real risk. If you're still chasing returns without understanding risk, and this is what this channel is about, it's about the black swan. Where is that risk? Where is that black swan that we don't know? Where's that black swan that doesn't exist, that risk, and yet it's there? If you believe diversification alone will save you, diversification alone will not serve you. You are operating on a broken map. This is not a bearish map. It's not bullish. It's revealing. It shows a financial systems where risk is underpriced, volatility is misunderstood, and efficiency is collapsing across assets. The next decade will not reward optimism. It will reward risk intelligence, and this is why you need to join this channel, because I'll be looking for those risks for you. And if you ignore what this chart tells you, the market will teach you brutally.